So, moving on, this time we'll talk about the technological evolution. So, for the first, biological and cultural. Again, biological primarily focuses on the genetic and physical adaptation that led to changes, mostly on the physical side of an individual, of human, in relation to his society or to his or her environment. For the cultural, it focuses on his actions. Okay, actions for the sake of survival, safety, security, that had become an important part of culture. To which yung pinaka-importanteng bahagi ng cultural evolution is the creation of language. Something that we humans have. That's why we at the very least became the most dominant species sa mundong to. This time though, we'll focus on technological evolution. Technological evolution refers to the changes over time in technology that give humans increased control over their environment. So as people learn to settle in specific areas, nung tayo ay na-realize natin na ito yung magandang lugar para mag-settle, gumawa ng pamilya, magparami, we at or they have acquired knowledge in producing their own food through agriculture and learn to create tools and equipment for daily tasks such as planting crops, domesticating animals. The idea is, para mas madaling maintindihan siguro ganito. Before, yung mga unang tao, nagtatanim sila, ginagamit nila yung kamay nila. Gamit ng kamay para maghukay. But then they realize, when sumasakit ang kanilang kamay, again, example lang naman, hypothetical example, sumasakit ang kanilang kamay. So, halimbawa, gamit kong kamay ko, tatanim ako ng halaman yan, assume halaman yan. So, tatanim ako ng halaman, so, ito yung lupa, stuff, ano ba halaman yan? Anyway, but the point is, as days go on, na-realize nila na yung kamay nila sumasakit. Yan, sakit. Wala bang ibang paraan para mas madali ako mapagtanim? Then they tried using tissue. They tried using tissue. They tried using wooden sticks. Stick na yan, siguro blunt yan. Pag sinabi natin blunt is hindi matulis. So, tinuklok nila yan sa lupa. Yan, makapagpukay sila. But, narealize nila, ba't parang, well, yes, hindi ganun sumasakit agad ang kamay nila, pero hindi ganun kabilis. Unang concern nila is, hindi sumakit kamay nila. Ngayon naman, parang nababagal na sila kasi parang mas mabilis yung kamay because highly mobile at mas kontrolado nila. So, this time, yung blunt, kahoy, or stick, lagyan na ng tulis. Lagyan na ng tulis na yan. Alis na mas mabilis. Parang dulo ng daliri na mas matulis, mas mabilis ka na magpukay sa lupa. And as they progress, they realize that they can use stones, pointy or pointed stones. Isipin nyo na lang stone yan. Tatali nila yung stone to create, hindi yung pala, okay, parang tulos, spear, or shovel, mini shovel, na compared sa kahoy na napuputol, ito, again, naiintindihan nyo ba yung progression? Una, kamay yung problema, sumasakit ang kamay. Sunod, mabagal. Then, sunod naman, yung kahoy mapuputol, Kasi matulis o manipis yung part na yun, tumatagal, napuputol. This time, humanap naman sila ng ng bagay na hindi agad masira. Nakita sila ng matulis na bato, or then, yun yung tinali nila dun sa kahoy in order to dig better for planting. Or, mas maganda is for hunting animals. Kasi parang nakagawa na sila ng spear. Spear. And that's, in essence, as people learned again to settle, yun yung way nila para mag-adjust by trial and error. Na-realize na ito yung mga bagay na pwede kong gamitin para mas mapabilis yung buhay ko. That's how technology is. Yung ibig sabihin talaga ng technology para ano yung mga bagay or paraan para mas mapadali yung buhay ng tao. Dati ka naglalaba ka, gamit mo yung kamay mo, or kung siguro naka-aware ka sa mga ganung scenery, naglalaba ka before, pinapalo-palo pa sa ilog, may manakwento ba ganun sa inyo yung mga magulang nyo? Sa ilog sila naglalaba, pinapalo-palo nila, tapos banye-banyer, or sorry, batya-batya na labahan yung dala-dala nila. But as we progress, na-invento yung washing machine, na-invento yung dryer, at kung ano-ano pang other piece of equipment para mas mapabilis yung buhay ng tao. Yun yung idea ng technology. At when it comes to technological evolution, so ito, brief history. So lower Paleolithic, stone choppers flakes, middle Paleolithic, prepared stone cores as raw materials, upper Paleolithic stone blades, hanggang umabot tayo sa chemical, highlight lang naman. Industrialization, beginning of the industrial age, the use of steam-powered engines. Ngayon, you're using, nasa punto na tayo, gumagamit tayo ng AI, okay? Artificial intelligence to fully utilize or optimize most of our things. Especially siguro yung mga tasks or activities na may kinalaman sa internet or information. Kaya huwag kayo magtakong bakit yung mga ads nyo ay sobrang highly targeted because they're using specific artificial AI algorithms para matrack kung ano yung mga ginagamit nyo or mga posible nyong kailanganin in the coming days. So, when it comes to technological evolution and the development of modern society, technology played an important part. So, pakitake note na lang, hindi ko pala nailigay dito. When it comes to the hunters and gatherers, nag-start sila sa, yan binanggit ko kanina, sticks and, show na lang, stone yan. Stone yan. Stone. Yan, sticks and stones. Sticks and stones yan, please. Okay. So, then, for the horticultural or pastoral society, from sticks and stones, they move to the use of, while not necessarily same level, okay, while not necessarily same level ng sophistication, pero nakagamit na sila ng mga built or mga ginawang spears. Gumamit na rin sila ng pana, siguro, pana yan. Piling ko pana yan, okay. From just mere sticks and stones, they've crafted more sophisticated tools para mas mapadali yung kanilang pamumuhay. Naggawa din sila siguro ng parang pwedeng hukay na rin yung spear, pwedeng pang pana, and siguro ang pinaka-importante is yung kailangan ko na ng bagong marker. Doon sa Zoom na uh, bato din yan, axe. Axe yan. Axe po yan. Okay, na bato. Bato na axe. Okay, bato na axe. So, such, the development of that society, ito yung nag-paved way. This particular more sophisticated tools of even metal, yan, metal tools, paved way for the horticultural and pastoral society. Then, this particular, for the feudalism or feudal society or agricultural society, okay, agricultural din po ito, the most important technological innovation that led to the agricultural society is, paano tsura nun? Hindi ko ma-drawing But sige, ito na lang. Kung nakapunta kayo ng sakahan, alam niyo na merong kinakabit sa likod ng kalabaw. Okay. Usually sinasakyan niyo ng magsasaka. Siya yung nag-till ng lupa. Okay. Meron siyang mga matutulis na bagay, matutulis na dulo. Or alam ko may image pala dito mamaya. Pero, but just to give an idea, yung tatawag nating plow. Okay. P-L-O, baliktad. Anyway, yan pala, plow. So, yeah. Idea of a plow. Ito yung ginagamit ng mga magsasaka para mas mabilis nilang matil yung land, durug-durug yung lupa, at makapagtarim sila ng mga kung ano-ano nilang kailangan or mga pananim sa lupa. So, the plow is the most important innovation or technological innovation that led to the feudal or agricultural society. Moving on, industrial society, which was paved way by industrial revolution, ay pinaka naging major innovations or technological innovations or technological advancement is, again, bagay ko kanina, steam-powered engines, locomotives, the use of steam to power industries, factories. Then we have the post-industrial society, which is basically developed through the invention of computer. So, para mas mabigyan kayo ng idea kung ano yung specific characteristics ng bawat society na yun na nag-develop through technological innovation, when we talk about hunting and gathering society, they have very simple fire and arrows and baskets. Okay? Araw pa nila, kahoy lang talaga. Their economies bare subsistence, so no surplus. Kung ano yung kailangan nila sa araw na to, yun yung kanilang forage, ibig sabihin mga kukuha rin sa kagubatan, pipitasin, or kanilang puhulihin, mga hayop, o sa baboy mo. So ito ay sample image lang, not necessarily. Sa Pilipinas, meron pa mga hunter and gathering societies. Usually mga mga tribes. Although majority kasi ng mga indigenous tribes sa Pilipinas ay nag-a-adapt na din. Okay? Ito na yung para na lang, example na lamang. But sila nag-a-adapt na din sa modern culture. Bihira na lang yung mga nakabahag. Okay? Usually nakadamit na sila. Fully clothed na yung karamihan sa kanila. Then the horticultural pastoral society, they use digging sticks, occasionally blade tools, simple crop cultivation. Take note, they are semi-permanent, some cities, occasionally kingdoms, so they till the land, but hindi malakihan. Kung ano lang yung kailangan nila for the sake of that specific group of people. Hindi po uso dito yung mga malaking sakahan, hektar-hektar yung lupa sa horticulture and pastoral. Because before, hindi ko pa nabanggit, they started as nomads. Ibig sabihin, mga walang permanent address. By the horticulture and pastoral society, semi-permanent. Pag hindi na maganda yung quality ng lupa, or to any other reasons, alis sila dun sa lugar na yun. But most of the time, if they can settle, they will settle. Family-centered religious system begins to develop, then there are increased social inequality. Why? Because nagkakaroon ng division of labor. Mga lalaki ay sa ganitong gawain, babae sa ganitong gawain, mga bata ay ganito, at ganyan. Then we have the agricultural society. Ito pala yung plow. Yan, plow. Yan, no, yun, no, yung may matulis na bakal. Yung kinakabit sa baka. Or rather, sa kalabaw. So the idea of agricultural society is irrigation, fertilization, metallurgy, animal-drawn plow or plow are created. So, dito, hindi na, naging permanent na sila, hindi na sila nomadic. As much as possible, kung ano yung lupa na sinasaka nila, doon na sila tumitira. And they're making for a lot of people because from horticultural to pastoral society, if nakita nila na maganda yung lugar nila, doon nagsisettle yung maraming tao, doon sila lumalaki as a community. So their urbanization became an important part of it. Then social organization, family loses significance as distinctive religious, political, economic system emerged because family right now or during this agricultural society is not the most important political unit or the prominent political unit. Why? Because kanya-kanyang pamilya ay kanya-kanyang leader. During the agricultural society, kailangan nila ng mas importante, mas may vision or mas kaya mag-lead sa bulto-bulto ng tao. Hindi na lang kasi sila isang pamilya or isang clan. Usually, 5 to 10 at iba pang mga tao nag-migrate sa lugar na yan. More than the population is at least 10,000, I think, no? 10,000 nakatao. That's why they have created other political systems or religious units para mag-lead sa kanila. Then we have the industrial society. The dawn of industrial revolution in the late 1800s, late 1800s, advanced sources of energy was utilized. Mechanized production. Dito nga yung paggamit ng steam-powered engines and some point coal-powered engines. So industrial, few engaged in agriculture. Why? Because people are flocking to cities such as England or London. Primarily, dun talaga nag-start yung Industrial Revolution. Lumilipat sila doon, nagmamigrate sila doon para doon sila mag-settle kasi na meron mga kwento-kwento sa kanila na mas madalis yung buhay doon kasi nga tatayo ka lang sa isang factory at may gagawin ka lang, specific task, kesa naman maghapon kang nakayuko at nagtatanim. This time though, also, nag-start na yung surplus production because for the first hunter-gathering, pastoral, agricultural, hindi pa uso yung surplus production. Ibig sabihin, gagawa ka lang, magtatanim ka lang, manguha ka lang, mag-hunt ka lang para sa pangangailangan mo. Yung agricultural society, dun yung pagdami ng tao at pagdami ng extra supply nila, coinciding with the industrial society, yung surplus raw materials na halimbawa, kung ang mais dati ay ginagamit lang as, or rather, ang mais dati ay pwede mo lang iluto as mais, o nilagang mais, inihaw na mais, or sinabawang mais during the agricultural society. By the time the industrial society came until the late 1900s, yung paggamit nila ng raw materials such as corn ay hindi na lang doon sa tatlong bagay na yun. Nadagdagan ng, ginawa na siyang flour, ginawa na siyang starch, ginawa na siyang syrup para makapag-create ng additional or various forms of edible products. Or even, ginagamit na siya sa iba't ibang mga for baking, for making pastas, for even for cooking oil. Yeah, may parts din. Nagkakamali. But that's the idea. The dawn of industrial revolution prompted also the surplus production. Kasi nga, mas madami ng tao, mas madami ng pangailangan, at hindi na pwedeng, hindi na kayang masatisfy ng mga nakasanayang way ng pagkain or klase ng pagkain, ang mga kagustuhan ng tao. Because we realize that we can harness all of what it is in the environment. Dahil kaya natin i-harness lahat ng meron ang kapaligiran, why not push it through to its limits? As such, there had become complex set of interdependent institutions, leading to the post-industrial society. Truth is, wala talagang specific pa na definition of post-industrial society. Some would even say that we're living in the post-industrial society. But, hindi pa kasi tapos eh. Ang ideas hindi pa tapos. We're just halfway through the post-industrial society. So, nakalagay dito, economic transition has cropped up from a manufacturing base, industrial revolution manufacturing, to service-based. Ang sample dito is the Makati Central Business District. Alam nyo, marami dito ay, karamihan dito ay mga business process outsourcing or call center. Call center itawag sa kanila. Business process outsourcing yung mas specific na tawag or name sa kanila. But from, again, manufacturing, service-based, so nagbibigay ng serbisyo. At yung serbisyo na yun, hindi lang local, but on an international or global scale. Majority ng mga BPO companies sa Pilipinas, ang kinikater nila ay international audience, international customers. So, those companies are using our services, outsourcing us, our manpower, para magbigay ng serbisyo sa ibang mga bansa. And some of the developing countries, such as India, so dun sila nagsimula, sila number one country when it comes to BPO for, I think, the last decade. At yun yung sa mga rason kung ba't yumaman sila. Kaya majority, kung nakapanood kayo mga English or US films, laging nagsasalita sa mga Uber, lalo pag comedy na palabas yan. Yes, Indian. Indian yung nagsasalita sa call center or sa Uber. Yeah. So, there is a dissemination of nationalized and worldwide capital kasi globalization. Kaya nga yung in the post-industrial society from the USA, China had become dominant superpower. Why? Because they become lahat ng majority ng manufacturing and services ay in-outsource sa kanila kasi cheaper yung labor. Kaya sila yung naging dominant superpower for the last decade. There is enormous privatization. Ibig sabihin, most of the aspects of a society ay highly privatized. Parang sa atin, ang kuryente ay privatized instead na state-run or state-owned. Ang tubig ay privatized, private companies. Ibig sabihin, specific individuals are running those utilities. Where in fact, dapat yung utilities na yun, na importanteng bahagi o pangailangan ng araw-araw na pamumuhay ng tao, ay hawak ng gobyerno. Because the main function of the government is to protect the welfare or provide the welfare of their people. But during the post-industrial society, privatization is a thing. Lahat ng bagay na pwedeng privatize, privatize. Magnitude of blue collar workers decreases. Mas naman mga professional or technical. Lalo ngayon, kaya dumadami yung mga IT or kumukuha ng IT na courses. So, academic knowledge increases at the expense of practical expertise. While technically tama to, but it mostly that particular statement is mostly applicable para sa mga developed countries, okay? Because they're the ones creating the so-called status quo for others. Sadly, tayo still on the practical side, because our ideas tayo mga developing countries, ang binibigay nating serbisyo sa mundo ay service, manpower. The reality sa Pilipinas, ang main export talaga natin is human labor, manpower, OFW, or in this time, even BPO, serbisyo nila. hindi naman talaga manufacturing raw materials or parts ng mga ginagamit natin. So, as such, in a nutshell, when we talk about types of societies, hunting, gatherings, horticultural, agrarian, or agricultural, industrial society, it's very important to understand that technology played an important part in the development of man. Man harnessing his environment, man utilizing whatever is out there para mas mapadali at mas mapabilis, mas mapagaan yung pamumuhay nila, leading to expansion and development. Hanggang sa dumating sa punto na narito tayo ngayon. From Homo sapiens or Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthals, Homo sapiens sapiens. Tayo na pala. Technology played an important part alongside biology, or genetic evolution, and cultural evolution. What's important to fully grasp at the end of this lecture is that all these things created what we have or who we are right now. And these three particular evolutions will continue to persist in the long run. Hindi siya matatapos, hindi siya titigil, bibilis, babagal, hindi mo mapapansin, but in the coming years, 10, 20, 30 years from now, our generation will serve as another example para pag-aralan ng mga susunod na henerasyon. What we've made today, what we've invented today, what our social organization is, how our economy is, will serve as another example for the future generations. With that, thank you.